I would love to thank the panel that was selected to steer us through this discussion. But for me, I am going to discuss something that is a little complicated, but it has been kept out of the public discourse and public domain because it's complex. But I will try to break it down. Like an earlier speaker said, some of these things are complicated. People cannot break them down, but I'll give it a shot. Now, in terms of financing the budget of 2025 to 26, of course, most of what has been discussed is revenue collection, taxes, and all that. For me, I'm going to veer into the debt financing bit, how government gets money through debt. Lately, there is a troubling. To an investor, it's good, but to the person who is lending government money, it's good, but to the entire taxpayer and the entire country itself, it's bad. Lately, if you go out into those auctions, every time Bank of Uganda, as a fiscal agent of the Ministry of Finance, they issue what they call treasury bonds and bills. Now, a treasury bond and bill is a method that government uses to raise money from the public through those instruments. So it's a simple way of government raising money from the public through issuing those instruments called bonds, but it's a simple agreement to lend to the public. When you go into those auctions, an auction, that's why it's done for the first time. When you go to those auctions, there's a troubling trend. You realize that lately, Bank of Uganda, the investors, the banks that are the big players in this market, lending government money, they might be willing to lend government at 15.8%. Rather, government might be willing to take up a loan at 15.8%. But the banks and the other public players who are buying these bonds are telling government no. And the Bank of Uganda, as a representative of the Ministry of Finance, of course, in that market, has been reluctant